Wow, it's quite strange to talk into the camera. I have come here today to talk to you about one of the most asked questions that comes to me via social media on custom perfume consultations, and basically with everybody that knows that I make at least part of my living making perfumes and basically natural scent, anything basically. And the question is how to use your perfume and how to wear it and where to put it, what time to put it on, and so on. And I would like to go ahead and actually, at least from my experience, partially answer that question. And I will start with the different ways that perfumes are worn in the world. We have the more oriental style of wearing perfumes, and then the Western style and European style of wearing them. Both are different because the perfumes that are being worn are of different contents, they have different perfume bases, and therefore the scent behaves differently. The Oriental style are mostly oil-based perfumes and solid perfumes, which have their own specific sets of behaviors and ways of developing, whereas the Western or European type of perfume is mostly alcohol-based, and that comes with its own set of pluses and minuses and pros and contras, what have you. I will start with the Oriental, which are mostly oil-based or solid-based. Oil-based perfumes are different to the ones that we're used to from perfumeries and Sephora and wherever, in that their scent develops based on body heat. The oil itself does not dissipate or evaporate, carrying the scent with it, but it basically just holds the scent onto the skin and then releases it as it warms up, and only the scent molecules release, not the oil. The oil gets basically absorbed into the skin mostly, or if it's, for example, and or more or less absorbent oil like jojoba or whichever ones else, it gets manually rubbed off the skin. It does not really absorb into it. That tells us that oil-based perfumes will be better in the summer where the heat is warming your skin and is warming the perfume, and it will create a greater aura around you, or of scent, or basically the range of scent will be much wider than it would be, for example, in winter here, I don't know, in the Czech Republic, which gets quite cold. The same thing goes for solid perfume, but the power to hold the scent in or on the skin with the solid perfume is much stronger. So the heat needed to release the scent has to be quite higher. Solid perfumes here in the northern climate, or basically somewhere where you have classic seasons, summer, autumn, winter, spring, is more or less suited for summer on standalone wearing basis, or it would have to be as a basis for your either oil-based or alcohol-based perfume. Lastly, we have the more Western type of perfume, which is alcohol-based. Alcohol, as a difference to oil and solid base, tends to evaporate on its own, and it carries the scent molecules with it. That means two things. In a clinical environment, meaning where you would not rub the oil manually off your skin, it would tend to last shorter time on your skin than the oil or solid based, because it basically evaporates the scent molecules much faster. However, because we tend to live and do stuff and rub everything everywhere, and you know what I mean, it means that it basically stays on roughly the same time as the oil or solid based perfume would. The difference is that because the alcohol carries the perfume with it, it creates a much wider aura of scent, and the scent tends to be much stronger in the beginning than it would be for the oil or solid based perfumes. When we know this, we can then work with it and basically create a roadmap of how to actually layer your perfume and where to put it to basically gain the most out of it. If you know that oil or solid based perfumes will rub off your skin, you will then have to put them, or you will know to put them somewhere where the skin doesn't get in contact with surfaces where the layer of perfume will be much safer. So in the more oriental style, you wouldn't put solid perfume on your wrist. You would maybe put it on the inside of your elbow, or not really here on the neck as we are used to, but you would put it right behind your ear here. You can also put it in between your toenails, which I will not show you because that would be weird for me to have my foot somewhere around here. But you put the perfume in between your toenails, and then when you put your socks on or when you put your shoes on, the perfume will then waft up your body and basically cover you in scent as well, without actually having to deal with the fact that you rub it off or clean it off. And it will prevent your feet from stinking, which I don't know if you, but sometimes it happens to me during the summer. I will not lie, I'm human. With the oil-based perfume, it would be the same. There is just one thing that you have to think of, and that is that the oil-based perfume should not get in contact with your clothes, because it tends to make stains, and depending on the basis, the stains might be very, very hard to actually clean off your clothes. So if you are wearing, like me now, longer sleeves, it would not be very good to put the perfume here. But because it's oil and it will not damage your hair, you can put as much as you can handle, or your hair can handle, either into the ends of your hair or in the back of your neck here. And it will not only nourish your hair, but it will make your hair smell great, basically. You can put it on the inside of your knees, or also on your thighs, on the inside of the thighs as well. You can put it somewhere around the ankles, or also on in between the toes. With alcohol-based perfume, I guess everybody knows how to use alcohol-based perfume. You can basically put it anywhere. We are used to putting it on pulse points because we think that it basically should then evaporate faster, but the fact is the alcohol will evaporate no matter what. So if you put it on your pulse points here and wherever, it will go away much faster than if you didn't. So I actually advise not... That was my computer. Yes, I hear you. That was... Now I'm completely off the rails. So it would be counterintuitive to actually put it on where we used to, because if I put it on my wrist, it will be gone in 2 or 3 hours, basically no matter what kind of perfume it is. But if you instead put it on the top of your hand or here, it will last you much longer because it will not get heated as much. And you have to remember the alcohol will evaporate with the scent on its own anyway, even if you spray it on a piece of table, it doesn't matter. So you do not need to help it with actually putting it on warmer places. With the oil, yes, but here it will rub off immediately. But if you put it, for example, on the back of your neck, under your hair, the heat will be created there or be there. It will evaporate the scent molecules, and it will not rub off on your clothes as much, and it will not basically just get manually rubbed off unless you want it to. And it will make your hair shiny, so that's triple win. What I like to recommend to my clients as well is, if you have the time to actually think about the preparation and about putting on your perfume, why not make it a ritual, or basically make it a part of your preparation routine? Of course, it's not very good for using when you go to work every day and you're very stressed in the morning and you don't know what to do first. But for example, if you're preparing for a date or a dinner party or something, or a special occasion, why not make it into a part of your preparation? And I tell them, take on your solid perfume, you put it on 2 or 3 hours before you actually need to leave the house, and you put it in between your toes or on the back of your knees or wherever you feel most comfortable putting it. You leave it for 2 hours and then put on a layer of oil-based perfume, which will also be quite slow in developing. And you put it either on the same places or very near to where you've already put the solid perfume. And what it will create now is basically a 2D of your fragrance, because by that time the solid perfume will have time to have developed up until showing the base notes already. Whereas when you apply a new layer of your oil-based perfumes, you will renew the heart and you will renew the top notes, and the perfume all of a sudden will be more dimensional, if you will. And then before you go, just 10 or 20 minutes before you actually leave the house, you spray yourself wherever you're used to with your alcohol-based perfume, and that will have you wearing your perfume. But the solid perfume will now be deep into the base notes. At that time, an hour old oil-based perfume will be developing the heart notes already, and then you spray it all with a layer of the top note, which then also will continue its development. And then when you go somewhere, you will have your perfume fully developed in all 3 layers of it, and it will just create a beautiful aura around you, and it will last much longer because each and every layer of the perfume will strengthen the one that's below. So if you have the time, why not try it? Because it's amazing. It's one of the best feelings. You can do it in between doing your makeup or in between selecting your clothes, because you would need to apply the first layer on your naked body, or basically when you're in your underwear. And then as you go, you apply the second and then the third layer, and it will just permeate your presence, and it's beautiful. I encourage you to try it, and I will speak more about that a little bit later. And right now I will leave you to it. Go perfume yourself and have a beautiful day. Goodbye.